All right, we are back. Dynasty Trades in 5. I'm Clay.
I'm Shane.
I'm Scott.
DJ Moore. Let's start off with a trade. DJ Moore or Hollywood Brown and the 107.
Package.
I will actually probably lean DJ Moore. I'm assuming this is a start 10.
Yeah, start 10, 12-team Superflex.
I'm going to Jarius. If it was a 2023 first, then we could talk.
Okay, how about DJ Moore or Cortland Sutton and the 106?
Package.
I really dislike Cortland Sutton. I'm taking DJ Moore.
All right, so yeah, Shane, let's hear your thoughts. DJ Moore, he's your dude. Go ahead.
Look, I love DJ Moore, right? Loved his production profile coming out of college. Loved his athleticism. Everything about him screamed wide receiver 1. Had a really good rookie season. Had a really good second season. Now he's crested, and he is what he is. He's a potato. If you're expecting DJ Moore, Scott's freaking me out, man. If you're expecting DJ Moore to just morph into a wide receiver 1 because he's going to get better quarterback play, I think that's a fallacy. We talk about DJ Moore like the only thing holding him back is targets and quarterback play. But you know how many targets he had last year? 162. You know where that ranked in the league? 6th. When you get the 6th most targets, you need to be better than wide receiver. What was he? Wide receiver 13?
18 in overall points and outside the top 24.
23rd in points per game, which is more indicative and more true stat than your total fantasy points that you're throwing out there. Yeah, so he's a low end wide receiver 2 with the 6th most targets in the league. I like Moore. I like Moore a lot. But I think he's a wide receiver 2. I think on his best day, he's wide receiver 12. I don't know that the Carolina Panthers have showed us in any way that they have any idea on how to get a quarterback. And that's 2 regimes. Maybe the third one's the charm when they fire Matt Rule. Maybe not.
Scott, what do you think? What do you think? He it was like in a battle, like Eminem in 8 Mile, where he's like, "Here's what this guy's going to say about me," and then once he finishes, he's like, "Tell these people what they don't know." All right, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'll put this out there and say that I agree with Shane on one point, and that is that I'm not very confident the Panthers are going to find their quarterback. So, it doesn't look like they're going to find it for 2022. Although if they were to get Baker Mayfield, I actually think that could be a little bit better for DJ Moore. Not great, probably league average at best. Part of his value early in the year was they could get Deshaun Watson. They were probably the favorite to get Deshaun Watson for a while. My argument was if they get Deshaun Watson, you have to milk that into his value. If he had Deshaun Watson today, he's wide receiver 3 or 4 overall in Dynasty. And you can't argue with that. You would take the shot on, okay, he has an elite quarterback, and he's already produced super consistent wide receiver 2 numbers back-to-back years. So you have to just figure the efficiency of the quarterback's going to bump him up inside the top 12 or better. So that's my argument, is that he's already shown basically the most you can show with the quarterback play that he's had. Can you debate, he should have done more with the 160-plus targets that he got? Okay, I mean, there's nuance to how high his ceiling could be. Could he be the wide receiver 1? I don't know. But the debate on DJ Moore is he is what he is. He's capped. All of these arguments, when really, if you look at the top 12 receivers in a given year, more often than not, they have elite quarterbacks. They have elite, efficient quarterbacks. There are very few guys that can crack the top 10 on pure volume. I mean, the list is super, super short. Someone I brought up earlier, like Deontay Johnson, he was wide receiver 9. So, I mean, ultimately, it comes down to he crosses this threshold. Terry McLaurin is the same thing. Those 2 guys, if they switch places with T. Higgins and they switch places with Mike Williams or Keenan Allen, they switch places with them in terms of where they finish. I'm confident in that. Now, the question is, how do you value DJ Moore going forward? Because I think outside of trading for Kyler Murray or hitting on a quarterback in this class, I don't see a path where the Panthers get a good quarterback in the next 2 years. Maybe if they are all the way at the bottom this year and they end up in the top 1 or 2, they can hit on a quarterback. But that's the best case scenario, and that means I probably have to wait all of 2022. And I'm still, even if you love Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, I'm still dealing with a rookie in 2023. So, I mean, I agree with Shane. DJ Moore is probably capped at a top 15 receiver, and that is like absolutely everything goes right with Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield or a rookie.
He kind of makes me think of Devontae Smith's situation, right? Like he's a big time talent, but with Jalen Hurts, being there, maybe this year it's not going to happen. He's got a cap ceiling essentially because of his quarterback. What do you think about that comparison? You got the talent there, but the next year or two just may not happen because of the.
I mean, he's better than Devontae Smith. He blows him out of the water. He had a better profile, and unless Devontae Smith has 1,200 yards for 3 straight years, DJ Moore is better. The problem is, I think if you have Devontae Smith, and this is maybe me just projecting a little bit, maybe Shane feels the same way. If I have Devontae Smith in Dynasty, part of what I'm milking in his value is Jalen Hurts isn't that good and gets replaced. If you told me Devontae Smith spends his entire rookie contract with Jalen Hurts, I'm not that excited about him. So I think that's the difference. Is that's a great comparison, Clay. Even though I don't think Devontae Smith's is good, are you really going to value Devontae Smith where he is right now? If I told you Jalen Hurts has a decent year next year and then gets extended, but never gets any better, and is the same guy for 3 more years, do you really want Devontae Smith over the wide receiver 1 in this class? So part of what you're betting with these guys is, okay, their situation's not great, but they've already produced with kind of an average or below average situation. But man, if their situation ever gets great, then I'm all in. You know what I mean? The same with Terry McLaurin. Right. Like the fact they got Carson Wentz and not Russell Wilson, then you're kind of like, okay, I got to deal with this for another year. But at the same time, like Terry McLaurin probably will post top 24 numbers. So there isn't really like a lot of downside to holding them. They're just not a premier asset that people are like, I need to go overpay for. DJ Moore is stuck. He's stuck. He just signed an extension. He's in Carolina for at least 3 more years. Just DJ Moore's in a terrible situation, and he has no way. Part of his value earlier was he's going to get Watson or he might go somewhere else, and neither one of those are going to happen.
So how about DJ Moore or the 103? So the wide receiver 1, maybe in a super flex, or DJ Moore. As
much as I like DJ, I'm not in the market for paying 103s for even in this class for wide receiver 2. So that would go for a lot of guys in that same range. Give me the 103 because at best, what do I draft? The wide receiver 1, which is probably going to be somewhere in the top 24 or better. So
how about DJ Moore and the 106 or CD Lamb and a 23 second?
Which one you, Scott? What are you going to do, big boy?
As much as I'm against CD, I think I could probably actually flip him for a package that would give me a little bit more and I can get a free second out of it.
Yeah, I think I'll grab DJ Moore. Now, obviously, if we were talking 2023 picks, very different.
DJ Moore and the 103 or Justin Jefferson? Is that enough for you to give up JJ?
Jefferson.
No.
What if it's DJ Moore and the 101 or Justin Jefferson?
That's close.
That's very close. I can't say that I'll do it because it's very hard to hit accept when Justin Jefferson's leaving my roster, but I would definitely think about it, and I'd probably ask one of our patron chats to convince me to do it.
Yeah, I think that's I think the value on we were just talking Chase and Jefferson versus the 101 this year. What would you have to add? And it's somewhere like a mid first. So, I mean, that's probably pretty square. I mean, that's if you value DJ Moore as like a, 104, 105, 106 range, then yeah, I think that's probably that's a good deal. That's a good package.
That's what she said. All right. If you made it this far, thanks as always for joining. Check out the channel, browse through the playlists, hit that subscribe if we earned your business. If you haven't hit the like and you did like it, hit that like for us, Shane says, and we will see you soon.